This is another episode of AEW Unrestricted, the official podcast of All Elite Wrestling, where we invite various different talent, staff, and talk about all the fun things that are happening at AEW. This podcast is presented by Upper Deck. Collect your favorite wrestlers in the 2024 Upper Deck AEW and start your trading card collection today. Unwrap autograph, memorabilia, or premium tech inserts. Visit upperdeck.com to learn more. Speaking of learning more, Will, I want to learn why you have a lisp today.
I have been through a lot the last few days. In that I am currently recovering from a whole bunch of oral surgery I had to have because I had a tooth infection that I ignored for too long, and it happened to all come to a head on a Wednesday. I was at Dynamite. And you know what's funny is having a toothache and having, like, I was like in pain all day. And everybody kept jokingly going, "Oh, you know who you should talk to? Dr. Britt Baker." And I was like, yeah, okay. And then finally it like got so bad that I'm like, I think I actually have to go see Britt. Yeah. And like, I literally like ran into makeup, like as she's getting ready for TV. And I'm like, "Hey, I hate to bother you right now. I hate to like do this at work, but like I'm having a really bad tooth problem and it's like a real thing." And she was like, "Yeah, that thing looks like it's about to like abscess. You've got a problem here." And I'm like, "Oh, crap." And like the next day, it was a Dynamite Collision back to back. I came to work the next day at Collision and my face is like doubled in size. Like it had completely swollen.
So I text Will that Thursday because I was not at work, and I'm bugging him about things he needs to do. Just being like, you know, the co-host, reminding him like, "Hey, I need you to talk to this person. And I just get a text back with his face. And it looked like half of his face had fallen asleep on the floor because your cheek was so swollen that like your face had no shape anymore. It was just a square. Yeah.
Yes. And they sent me home. So that was the thing, was I was like Tony looked at me and was like, "You got to go home." No, Tony offered me two things. It was one, it was either go home or like go have the surgery right now here in town. And I was like, I actually went in for the surgery.
Whoa.
And they had me ready to go. They had me, it was like they were about to put me to sleep and all of that. And then they said, they were like, "Yeah, you're going to be kind of out of it for like 2 days." And I went, "Oh, I'd rather have that at home." Like, I would rather, if I'm going to be out of it, if I'm going to be loopy, I'd rather just fly home. And I had the worst flight of all time because having that much of a swollen face with cabin pressure was terrible. But I flew home. The very next morning, I had the surgery. And I am... The reason it's still bad is because as of this morning, I had to have like a tube removed from my face and all that, and I had to be numbed up. And so like I am numb from like my left ear through my chin. Ooh. And so I can't feel my bottom lip as I'm trying to talk on a podcast. And my tongue is like, it feels like it's 100 pounds.
It's not like you're a professional podcaster or anything. No, it's fine. Right. It's totally fine.
I've never had to do this before.
Yeah.
But I really didn't want to miss this podcast. And so that is the story of why Will Washington is where he is today.
Yes. He's here with us. We're very happy he's here with us. And I think our other guests are showing up right now. Who is that? Who is that over there?
Well, I think we've got... Oh my God. Is that Private Party?
Oh my God. Oh, look at it. Oh, man.
We got the tag titles in the house. The tag champions.
I don't know
Gwen, do you have yours?
But I got mine.
I mean, what are you talking
Hey,
about?
there we go.
What are you talking about? We never leave it out. This whole time.
We never leave it
I
out.
was going to say, is Zay the only one here who's a real champion? Because real champions travel with their belts.
I always travel with my belt. Everywhere I go.
Right.
Haircut.
Come on.
Their laundry, there, everywhere.
I am about to take mine to my barber, though.
No,
I
I'm
would
like,
take my barber.
legit, I am so proud of you guys. AEW World Tag Team Champions, Private Party. It's so cool to see this officially. Like, I was talking with Jeff Jones not that long ago, and we were talking about the fact that you guys had, back in the original tag title tournament, every team took pictures with the belts. And that was essentially the only time we had seen you guys with the tag titles was that picture. And like to bring it full circle 5 years later to actually get to have the championship belts. Like, do you guys ever look back at those pictures and like think about like how young you guys were in the early stages of AEW and like where you've come today?
I would say I always do, but there's times that I wanted to post it, but I always felt like it would jinx it. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, I want to have a side by side. Like you just like look when we took pictures with the belts, and now look at us with the belts.
Ooh. Zay, what are your thoughts on that?
I feel the same way. I feel like it's a long time coming, but hey, better late than never.
Right?
We made it.
I want to cover Zay's face. But...
Yeah. I also like that Quinn's been holding his title like a baby the whole time, like just rocking it gently. Tell me how you really feel about your title. I love it.
This is my baby.
It is your baby. You've worked hard for it. You've earned it. Yeah. This is super, super exciting. I'm going to start with Zay on this one just because it's been forever since we had you guys on the podcast. I think it was like early pandemic. But like, what has these last 5 years been like for Private Party? If you could like summarize it, because it's a lot. Like we saw you guys come in young. We saw you guys like right out of the gate beat the Young Bucks in one of the first few episodes of Dynamite, and then we had a whole pandemic, and now we're sitting here with tag champs. So what's been the story of Private Party? How has growing up been for you?
Man, I would say the best way to describe that is like a roller coaster. You know, we started up high, then we came back low, went back up high, came back low, and fast forward to today, we're up high again. Hopefully we can stay there for a very, very long time. But yeah, it's been a very, very cool, intriguing experience. A very learning experience too. Like we learned a lot, like a whole lot about ourselves, about the business, about how things worked, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. And I can honestly sit here today and look back at our first year that we was here, and I'll be honest, I don't think we was ready to be tag team champions. We weren't ready, as much as I would like to, have been tag team champions the first year we was here, but we wasn't ready. And we needed a lot of grooming, a lot of experience, a lot of learning, and that we did. We learned through each year, each month, each day here at AEW, and we learned something different, which made us become the people who we are today, aka your new AEW World Tag Team Champions.
Quen, what about you?
Well, let me phrase the question a little bit differently for
Sure.
Quen, because I do want to say that how, Quen, would you describe the difference between Isiah, Kassidy, and Marq Quen versus Zay and Quen?
Ooh.
That's better.
I would say Zay and Quen, number one, is smarter than Kassidy and Quen, because of the simple fact that when we first came in, we was fresh off the indies. We didn't have TV knowledge. We didn't have anything. So it's just like we learned on the job. We learned what the hard cam was, because we came out there. It was like, yo, you got to face hard cam, and it's just like, you remember
what's
those
a hard
days?
camera?
Hard cam. What? No, we just want to work around. The camera find us, and it's like, no. From now that, and then we also had this little saying, stupid moves at stupid times.
Oh yeah.
And that is the definition of Isiah, Kassidy, and Marq Quen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying
I need you to elaborate on that one.
I got one. Quen doing a 450 splash to the top rope to the floor to Darby Allin for no reason. I think that was pretty stupid.
It was Darby. That's the only way I think I could have beat him.
Yeah.
If I could put him on the floor, it would have worked.
Man, I got a couple ones, but like it all came out one good moments. Like I remember, I wouldn't say it's stupid though, because I really enjoyed it, but it could have went really bad. But that time I did the swanton off of Matt Hardy's roof. That's one. That's one. It could have been really bad, but it can end up being a very, very good moment. So I don't regret it.
No regrets.
Oh, I do now. I do now. My body is actually it's better now because I haven't been in the ring as much. So I've been resting, but yeah, my body is suffering. I don't know. I don't. And I always ask Darby, I'm like, how are you doing this?
He's not real. He's not a real human being.
I know Darby's secret. I know his secret.
Oh, are you willing to share it here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you going to expose him?
Ice baths, and he does what's that thing? They put the needles.
Dry needling.
Dry needling. Yes, I did that before
dude.
too. And he does that a lot. So,
dude, dry needling is where it's at. Like,
yeah, I know.
My God,
I had it done before. It's actually really good.
So on that topic of bodies and resting and healing and whatnot, Marq Quen, you spent a lot of time on the sidelines during the last few years. What was that like, sort of watching Zay do his thing on TV, and what's it like coming back and being a tag team again?
Okay, so it was scary, depressing. And you know what? I don't want to say it proud, because I hate when it's like, Isaiah made me proud, because it's like, at the end of the day, who am I, to be proud of him? So I was just like, I would say, that's how I just feel. And then he's always just like, what? So I would say happy, because he didn't slow down, and also he kept me relevant still. So he didn't do the Kyle Fletcher. Jesus, buddy. Guys, or the Dante. He didn't do that to me. So,
oh man,
this whole episode is a diss track. I love it.
Yeah, we're throwing out shots. No pun intended.
All fun.
That's the thing I want to ask about, actually, before we get into the big topic, because you and I, Zay, had the conversation leading up to it. You know me, I am a big believer in when something works, why mess with it, right? And we were talking about the theme music for quite some time. I think that Private Party legitimately has had 3 banger tracks when you talk about like the history of Private Party on TV. Like from the beginning, I think the original Private Party theme was one of the more noteworthy themes, original Mikey Ruckus themes that AEW had. It was like one of the standout themes. And then you guys introduced Shots, and it was like, okay, you just went ahead in a completely different direction, and this is a hit too. And like every fan is out there talking about Shots, and I'm like, this is the one. Stick with this forever.
Man, I love Shots. Shots is one of those theme songs where I got my friends to do it, and I wanted like a party theme and to really get that party vibe. I mean, not like the first song definitely gave that party vibe, but I just wanted something more us, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No totally. Shots to Mike, because it was a great song, but it just felt like it really wasn't us. Like it was a time for that period of us, but now it's time to evolve. And I think Shots was the perfect evolution theme song. So, I got my boys to do the song. So that song really means a lot to me. And then I feel like what really flipped the switch was with Moxley. Moxley, we had our little issues going on, and then he messed up my hand. And I never forget this, because I always talk about this. When he messed up my hand, he said, and I quote, "You guys been here for 5 years and you did absolutely nothing. Consider this a gift." And I feel like that gift was a wake-up call. A wake-up call to switch things up and show a different side of Private Party that we haven't seen. And with that being said, I feel like everything has to change. Our look, our theme song, our demeanor, our attitude, everything has to change. So honestly, it's like a thank you, but screw you at the same time to Jon Moxley, because without Jon Moxley, maybe we wouldn't have been tag team champions right now, because he would have never, flipped that switch that we desperately needed. Okay, Biscuit, chill out.
Oh, you got a cute.
And I'm very, I don't know, it's a weird feeling, because I'm grateful, but at the same time, I'm tight about it. But it was a switch that needed to happen. And I remember just going back and forth with Quen and thinking of a song that would vibe out to our new attitude. And then me and Quen shot the music video right before Grand Slam. We shot the music video right before Grand Slam, paid for it, did everything, sent it to Tony. And I remember I'm hoping for my fingers is crossed. I'm hoping Tony likes it. And I remember I was in Puerto Rico with my boy Daniel Garcia, and I sent it to him. I said, yo, I sent him a little paragraph. I said, this is what we came up with. Let me know what you think. And I remember day 1 passed. I'm like, damn. Day 2 passed. Damn. I'm like, oh man. He don't like it, bro. And I was like, bro, we did all this for no reason. And then day 3 passed, and I'm like, it's over, y'all. I mean, hey, at least you got involved. At least you got involved. And I remember he texted back. He was like, hey, I love the video. It's amazing. I love it. Let's do it. See you Wednesday. And I was like, oh, you are so back. You are so back.
This conversation is just incredibly positive and amazing. And we've got more coming up here on AEW Unrestricted. AEW Unrestricted, Aubrey and Will talking to Private Party. And what was your dog's name? Biscuit?
Biscuit. I try to keep him down, but he wants to, be involved in this conversation. So
no, it's fine. I mean, there's a reason to watch the video episode more than just, 3 beautiful faces. It's also Biscuit. Anyway, I wanted to start with a fun story. Which is a nice, fun reminder. So my 1000th match I've ever in my career was with Private Party. And it was at Dark in Orlando. And Zay knows where I'm going with this. To talk about learning and growing up. So I forget who you guys were. It was some like 2 local dudes, right? And you had maybe 5 minutes for the match. And at one point, you guys are in the middle of the heat, whatever. And I tell Quen, hey, bro, you got 2 minutes left. And he goes, what? I go, yeah, you have 2 minutes. And he goes, no way. Yeah. And you guys went like 3 minutes over in that match. And it was just so great to have someone go, what? In the middle of a match, we're literally taping like 60 matches in a single day. So going over is like, you are setting the day back for everybody. But also just the look on Quen's face when he said it, like, huh? Like he just doesn't care. He's just so happy with wrestling.
I would say, I remember we was like, towards the end, you just went, take it the fuck.
Yep. Like you're in a headlock at that point.
I get back in. So
I'm like, you gotta tag this brother in, and you gotta like just start the go home because you are literally have this dude in a headlock, and I'm telling you to take it the fuck home.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to get heat. Take it the fuck home.
Just trying to get heat, brother. No. Yeah. No, the time for that one has passed. Like, we need to get the hell out of this ring.
Oh, I threw him out the ring, too. And you said, what are you doing?
Yeah, I remember that.
I threw him out the ring, Jonathan, what are you?
So if you're ever questioning what a referee is talking, what they're telling their talent in the ring when they're working, if it's Private Party, I'm probably yelling at them.
It was another
time. I'm legit trying to find this match now because I'm like very interested in who it could have possibly been, but I think I found it.
It was like JDX.
Yeah, JDX. Yeah, you're right. Is JDX and Carly Bravo. Which I'll say this in Quen's defense, match on paper went 4:37.
Oh.
Hey, okay, hold up, because that is a pre-taped match. Do not flash the belt at me, sir. That is not a defense. That is not a defense here. Like, you have a pre-taped match. You can do some editing.
Yes.
So I highly doubt if you watch it, you will see these specific things happen. But we all know here, at least the 3 of us know, that this is a thing that happened. And honestly, as frustrated as I was at the time, I will always remember that match because of that. It is just so fun to be able to like we've all been day one guys. Like it's been really cool to see you guys just grow into not only the wrestlers, but the men that you are. It's really freaking cool. So thanks for being a part of my career too.
For sure. No, thank honestly, one of the biggest things I like to hang over my shoulder is, we are AEW originals. We've been here from the very beginning, and I don't plan on ever leaving. Hopefully Tony gets to keep me, but like I'm very proud to be an AEW original. That's one thing I am like super, super proud of, and I will always
me too.
AEW forever. Because AEW and Tony Khan, they literally changed my life.
Yeah.
And I'm super grateful, super gracious, and I'm just so thankful. But I am very, very, very proud to be an AEW original.
I would say it changed my life more than it gave me a life. Because then ever since at that first match, remember I was just like, man, I could die happy. At that first match, I was like, yeah, I'm that happy. Now this,
It's like
Hold
you
on,
died, came
let me
back, and you could die
Yeah.
again. Hold up your title.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Pretty crazy, right?
I feel like Zay takes better care of his belt than Quen does.
What? Not at all.
Who would have thought?
What? His belt's been to the hospital already like 3 times. One had alcohol poison.
Oh man.
Well, let's talk about the day. Let's talk about October 30th, Cleveland, Ohio. Fright Night Dynamite. I mean,
Refresh my memory. It's a blur.
it was Private Party head to head with the AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks. And what a night, because you guys became for the first time ever, AEW World Tag Team Champions. I see the smile still on your faces, just reminiscing about it, thinking about it. I can tell it's still a moment that kind of gives you those goosebumps. It gives you warm fuzzies just thinking about it. It's like when you think back on your favorite Christmas, and here, like, you get to look back on some of your favorite moments. Talk a little bit about what that day was like leading up to that moment.
Go ahead, Quen.
You want to go first, or you want me?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I knew something was in the air when I first got to the arena. When I first got to the arena, they asked me to sign tickets, and I was just like, "Me? Wait, okay." So I was like, you know what? Maybe this is going to happen, because I was still on the fence. Like, okay, something's not right. Something's gonna happen. Like, last minute changes. So then after that, it was Jeff Jones who says, "I got a feeling your bag is gonna be a lot more heavier when you leave today." And he said, "I got something for you." And I'm just sitting there like, still biting my lip, not trying to sell, because I try to walk around not trying to sell anything. So I'm just like, okay, all right, cool. And then it happened when Zay pulled up, and I was just like, yo, I think this is real. This is real. So then that's when the goose pimples started coming through, and after that, we started, for me, it's just like mapping out. Because at this point, I'm just trying to, keep it here. Because I don't want to go, oh my God, this. So I'm just like, yeah. But on the inside, oh my God, is that private pretty?
Yeah, for me, it was kind of like a surreal experience. You never know if it's going to happen or not, because things change all the time, so I wasn't gonna believe it until the referee hit the 3 count, so it was a grateful moment. Like, I remember when the Bucks won the first when they won the championships back in, I believe, at
2020.
Destiny, right? Was it Destiny?
What's up?
At the pay-per-view?
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Yeah, Dynasty. Yeah. Sorry, I thought we were talking about the first time they won. Yeah.
Yeah, Dynasty.
Will remembers that too.
Yeah, when they won the belts, I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna do this, but we need to be the guys that take the belts from the Young Bucks. I don't know how, but we need to beat those guys. And in my head, I'm like, it would be like a full circle moment, knowing that we beat the Bucks the first year, 4 years ago, and fast forward this year, we beat them for the Tag Team Championship. I feel like it's a full circle moment, and it's a great story to tell. So I'm like, man, I don't know how we're gonna get there, but it would be really, really cool if we beat the Bucks for those AEW championships. The guys who brought us into AEW, we dethroned them. The best tag team on the world right now, we dethroned them. It would do a lot for us, So I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but we gotta do it.
I was gonna say, I got something.
What's up?
It's a little sidetrack, but I like to think of this year, like when it comes to Private Party, our motto was, we put it in the air, like we talk it to existence.
Yes,
manifestation.
Everything.
And speaking to existence, this year, which is crazy. Look how God works. This year, at the beginning of Dynamite, Marq and I returned to Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, and we said, New Year.
That's why I wore the shirt.
Yeah,
this is what we wore.
New Year champs. Fast forward all the way to November 23rd, we will be defending our AEW World Tag Team Champions at the same arena. We returned. Come on. Hello.
Yeah.
So a little behind the curtain. We're filming this before Full Gear, so I don't actually know what's going to happen.
Look at this.
Anyways, let me go back to my story.
But what do we got? What do we got there, Quen?
What is Quen showing off?
Our first appearance at Full Gear.
Oh yeah.
What is this medal?
Still got it.
Oh, that's the medals, right? From because you guys came in. It was the everybody who had challenged in the tag tournament because it was you guys. Yeah. It was SCU and it was the Lucha Bros.
Yep.
First Full Gear. Okay.
Yeah. It was like a. I don't want to. It was like a little loser bracket between us and Dark Order.
Yeah.
And we beat them, and we got this to get to Full Gear.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, so Full Gear is
I'm gonna win.
Special pay-per-view for us.
This one's a lot better though.
Hey, it's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. It's all good.
Yeah,
oh man, we got.
It doesn't say third.
It doesn't say third because it means first.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it means best. There you go. All right, we got to take a quick short break, and then when we come back, we're gonna see what Private Party thinks of other tag teams at AEW. Coming up here on AEW Unrestricted. AEW Unrestricted, Aubrey and Will talking to Private Party, who at this moment in time of recording are the AEW Tag Team Champions. 5 years in the making. Oh my God, just so proud of these guys and all that they've done. The ups and the downs, as they mentioned in the first segment about the roller coaster, just seeing what they've overcome and how they got here. It is a testament to hard work, consistency, and perseverance. And here on AEW Unrestricted, we are sponsored by Upper Deck. There we go. Turn my head around. And we have a fun little game planned. So we get these fun cards that Upper Deck sends us, and a lot of them feature tag teams. So where did Quen go?
Oh, I'm full of baby oil. So
I love that you have baby oil all over your phone. Anyway, Upper Deck sends us these. Upper Deck sends us these fun little cards, and a lot of them are tag teams. And I'm going to hold up a card, and I want to hear your one-word opinion of each tag team. We will start with Quen.
Lasagna.
This is the guns, by the way. Zay, what do you think?
I would say ass because I know that.
Valid.
Every time they go out, they call ass boys. So I think automatically go ass.
I just love that ass is a word that comes to someone's mind. It's perfect. All right. Well,
whenever they come out, everybody calls them ass boys. So
I can go next.
You got one? You got one?
Yeah, I got one for Zay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
All right. Not quite an active team, but a team that at one point undefeated in AEW, retired undefeated.
Woo!
Ooh.
Sting and Darby.
Ooh.
Legends.
Quen, what about you?
Unique.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
They got to retire as tag champs, by the way. Those very belts you're holding.
Yeah.
Wait, you telling me Sting could have been holding his belt?
Yeah, I think Sting did hold that belt.
Hey, he could have Darby's belt. Who knows?
That one, Darby. That's Darby belt.
All right. I got one more. That's a good one. All right. We'll start with Quen. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Featuring yours truly.
Heartbreak.
Oof. Zay, what about you?
OGs.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I would say assholes, but that's just me.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the guys I tore my pecky with.
Oh, really? Is that when it happened?
Yeah. It was a match with them.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
You guys have really gotten to tear it up with so many different teams. Like literally, right? I can think of with all these cards I have sprawled out here. Like I can think of a time you guys have been in the ring with every single one of these guys, and it's fascinating that you'll always have a story. I got a best friends card too. I'm like, oh my god, this is some OGs here. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we never beat best friends.
Well, here we go.
Where they at now?
Ooh, one of them's turned on the other one. One of them took a chair to the leg. Oof.
Jeez.
We got the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett.
You know, that's one team.
Oh yeah,
I think is super underrated.
Underrated is the word.
Yeah, underrated. They don't get the love that they deserve. I remember we had a match with them. It was like a fatal 4-way on Rampage. It was us, Kingdom. No, triple threat. Sorry, us.
it was triple threat. Yeah,
us, Kingdom, and Lethal and Jarrett. Sorry, yeah, Lethal and Jarrett. And just being in the ring with the Kingdom for just like a little bit, I'm like, man, these guys are super good. I would love to have a match with them soon. Hopefully soon. Like, yeah, they're dope.
Damn. All right. So there's been a lot of tag teams that you guys have worked with, a lot of tag teams you haven't had the chance to work with yet. You've had the chance to work with a lot of legendary tag teams in AEW. Like we talk about the Young Bucks, like the guys that brought you in that are just synonymous with tag team wrestling. You worked with the Hardys for quite a bit. What are sort of the things that you learn from these legends that you've incorporated sort of into who Private Party is today? We can start with Zay.
I think the biggest thing I've learned, especially when I was with the Hardys, Matt, is to be more aggressive. You know, everything is not a flip. Everything is not, supposed to be acrobatic. I mean, it can, but like, you also got to make people believe, so just be more aggressive and show the front row, the first person in the front row that, you can fight. Show them this is a fight. And I feel like that was our biggest problem in our early years because all we want to do is flips. But now if we could punch somebody and then do a flip, I think that makes us better. So just being more aggressive and showing that we can also fight and not only flip. What
about you, Quen?
I would say personality with Matt Hardy. Because when we first met him, we was two guys in tights. And he goes, when I heard I'm facing Private Party, this is not what I expected. And then he brought it out of us, that personality. And then like fast forward to AEW, it was more like what Isiah said with the aggression. But then it's also like he would want us to have like little lines and promos so people could understand like who we are. And that's what I would say, just like personality, because it's like we can do all the cool stuff, but without personality, it's like no one's caring. It was like, oh, that's cool.
For sure.
So I think that's one thing. Like Matt, I took from Matt.
I mean, and when you really think about it, the amount of legendary tag teams you guys have gotten to work with, that has to be kind of a, thinking about the last 5 years of your careers and the guys you've gotten to encounter, the guys you've gotten to work with. It has to be kind of surreal to think about the fact that now you guys are World Tag Team Champions, but to have gotten to be under the tutelage of legendary teams like that, that's got to be kind of mind-blowing to think about.
And I would say, as far as the Young Bucks, I can't fully grasp it. I think they're the cheat codes because of the simple fact that they can have a bang with anybody.
Yeah.
So as far as to say what I've learned from them, I can't, like I said, I can't grasp it yet. I still need more time to get it because I'm just like, we can have a high spot match with them, and then also like when we got these bad boys, we had a storytelling banger that he was like, oh, that's Private Party's best match today, and I'm just like, all right, cool, we can still have good matches today. So I haven't fully grasped it yet. We need them back.
Yeah. To answer your question, Will, it is very surreal, to be able to learn from guys like the Hardys, because essentially the Hardys brought me into wrestling. I was a fan. I saw them. Jeff was the first person I saw that made me like, oh wait, what is wrestling? I saw him in TNA back in the days when he was facing Abyss, and I'm like, man, this is actually pretty cool. And then obviously I did my research and found out he has a brother. Then I found out about the Hardy Boys. I'm like, oh wow, he has a brother too that's also insane, just like him. And
wait, did I say something?
What?
So Isiah first moment of Jeff is when he climbed up the red cage at TNA, and he just sat there and he bopped his head like this. That's his moment of Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
that's cool. Thinking, like I don't think Jeff did up until there.
Wait, no,
this. And he goes, "This is the coolest guy I've ever seen."
That's when he had that backstage brawl with Abyss. I'm like, well, what? Because remember, I'm a young kid. I don't know. obviously, if I'm seeing a guy, face paint on his arm, and then paint on his arm, and then he just jumps off the whatever he was on to Abyss, and he starts fighting. I'm like, what is this? This is cool. And then they had like a match with ladders, and that's when we did that high swanton. I'm like, man, this is dope. I got off track, but anyways,
sorry.
To know that like the guys that influenced me to become a wrestler, then to work with them in AEW, like right under their wing, and then go to their house to film matches, and then for them to text me and call me till this day to like give me props and give me some advice and give me just give me, I guess, validation. And it means the world to me, and I really can't express how much it means to me, but it means a lot.
That's one of my favorite parts of wrestling, is that even when like you don't work with people anymore and they go off and do different things for whatever reason, it's like you build these relationships with people that they never truly leave. They're always sort of like watching you and just they're supporting you and they have your back. And it's really, really cool to see that you've sort of come in and you've made these relationships with legends and they still influence you to this day. And that's friggin' awesome.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We've talked a lot about like how Private Party has changed over the last 5 years. And as we mentioned, like your day one AEW OGs, for you guys, what's it like from your perspective to see AEW's growth over the last 5 years? Quen, we'll start with you.
So far with AEW, if you ask me, I mean, what you did.
I did.
I feel like looking at the belts, the growth is right here. And to feel like AEW is going to be around forever. Like, I always had that thing in the head, like, how long is AEW really going to last? And then, the negativity online and all that other stuff happens. I'm just like, I'm grateful and I'm ready to help push AEW get to the next level. So I was going to say that's how I look at it.
Say.
To see how far we came, it's pretty astonishing knowing the fact we are about to do so many great things. Look at all the collabs we did. We got collabs with DC Comics. We've got Snoop Dogg coming. We've got Rick Ross came through. Just seeing where it was from the beginning to like all these different celebrities coming in, all these collabs, and we're going to San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con, and we're about to get some pretty exciting news that I can't release now, but it's in the air. But when
got
you
a
find
new
out,
TV deal, like there's so much shit going on.
Of course, TV deal, but we got something big coming. We got something big. I'm not gonna say what it is when you find out, but like just to see that growth from then to now, it's pretty amazing. To know that like I have a little bit to do with it, it's also pretty cool. And and like, listen, I'm a die about AEW for real, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to push it, like Quen said, push it even further and do my part to make sure that this is legit the best wrestling company in the world.
It's freaking sweet, man. I feel like AEW has kind of become the company it has just because all of us who have been a part of it, who love it, are just constantly helping it grow and change into something beautiful each and every day. And I think all four of us here can definitely say that AEW has changed all of our lives for the better. So
absolutely.
I think we owe it to AEW to make sure it's the best thing going. You know what I mean? Like you said, it changed all our lives, and if we're not putting 110% into it, then we're doing a disservice. We should be all like on page and making this the best thing going out today and going forward for years to come.
Hell yeah. I feel like that's the best way to end this podcast. That was just freaking sick, man. Man, I love it. Thank you so much to Zay and Quen for joining us today on AEW Unrestricted. At the time, AEW Tag Team Champions. Finally, 5 years in the making.
Finally.
Forever. I mean, it's quite likely could be forever. I mean, you never know.
Hopefully.
You never know. Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Probably.
There you go. There you go.
Sting and Darby did it.
That's
Might as
Definitely
well.
doable.
What better way
Definitely
to go
doable.
out?
You could follow Zay on X at Zay Kassidy and on Instagram, Isiah Kassidy, Kassidy with a K. Follow Quen on X, Marq_Quen, and on Instagram, TM Quen. AEW Unrestricted is sponsored in part by Upper Deck. Collect your favorite wrestlers in the 2024 Upper Deck AEW and start your trading card collection today. Unwrap, autograph, memorabilia, or premium tech inserts. Visit upperdeck.com to learn more. You can listen to and follow this podcast, AEW Unrestricted, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You can check out the video version, see these awesome tag belts, see Biscuit the dog. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel, AEW Unrestricted. Hit the button. Don't forget, Dynamite, TBS, Wednesdays, Rampage, TNT, Fridays, Collision, live Saturdays on TNT, ROH streams every Thursday in Honor Club. I am Aubrey Edwards along with Will Washington. Thank you so much for listening to AEW Unrestricted. Peace out, guys.
Watch out, Excalibur.